Welcome back to Captain of Industry, and we start of course with problems. We have two problems at the beginning of this episode. The first one is my maintenance almost went to zero just before starting the episode, so we're gonna talk about this. Second is we don't have any workers, so we definitely need to talk about this too. So first of all, in terms of maintenance, it is not that this was failing, this was working fine. It's just that, my base has been growing so quickly in the last few episodes that we were just not providing enough maintenance to the city. If you look over here, we have a global need of more than 300. It actually jumped at some point to 400. And one of these basic depot, level 1, is only providing 100. So I was basically doing 200 and consuming 300. That doesn't work. Good thing is we can just upgrade this maintenance depot, right, to level 2 with 30 construction part level 2 and 20 electronics. Then we get into this one, which will of course consume a lot more mechanical parts and electronics, right? We're talking about 24 and 12, but this will make 480. So this is more than what we need. The only problem is, of course, we are not producing any enough, right? Like this is only producing 12, this is only producing 12. So the electronics is basically enough, but not this. So we're gonna have to reorganize this a bit more soon. But I sort of basically wanted to make sure we at least survive by upgrading one of them. This will get us back to 100, but again, I need to fix this to have a production that's a bit more permanent, let's say. Then the second element is we don't have enough people, but I have started. We have a first housing level 2 over here, right? You can see it is different. We are not anymore into just those containers, shipping containers. Now we have actually brick houses and apartments. This is not just cosmetic, obviously it provides a lot more places, right? This is only 70, this is 130, so almost double. And it also provides a unity bonus. Basically you can see it over here, right? For food I used to get 135, for water I used to get 1, now I'm getting 1.10, right? Here 1.46, so we're getting a bit more unity thanks to those level 2. So we're gonna want to continue, probably do another one, and then we'll have to see if we're providing enough food with this. Hopefully we can also then put another one there later. And by the way, look at this bridge, is slowly but surely getting there, right? We're not there yet, but slowly but surely. So it is, ladies and gents. It's a bit quick and dirty, but instead of having one of these assembly making 12, now we have 2. So I had to delete this one to leave one space here so we can merge into the unit storage, and therefore this one is also one space before. But that's going to enable us to basically have this one here taking 24 and 12 and making 480 working perfectly. Right now our global need on average remains around 300, so we still have okay. Now this one will not be working basically, or if both of these are working, that means this is going to decrease. So it's good to have it just in case, because this is full, so it can wait a bit. But when we will need basically more than 480, we will need to rebuild this whole thing. The reason why I didn't rebuild it is if you look at this, right, this is 15, so we're already talking about 30, right? I am actually only making 12 times 4, 48. So this is already taking 30 of the 48 I'm making. So if I want to go and basically double it to have 2 like this would be more than what I'm producing there. So basically we need to first increase this one before increasing this one. And I think we will do this when we start building a bit more over here. We're not there yet though, right? Like this is still, this is so low, it's gonna take some time. On the good note, I have started my concrete production, or to be more precise, I have blueprinted one production, and now we also have a bit of reserves, as you can see, right? I have some rocks, some sand, some limestone, some coal, and some water. You need basically all of this to make this happen. So let's go. I'm going to just start with this one here, just because it's gonna take time, to build this whole thing. But then we're going to start on this side. Let's go. I'm probably gonna use all of my resources, but anyway. So we have the limestone and the coal, the coal is level 0, limestone level 1 with those lifts, right? And then we're gonna have 2 of these. Now for now, I'm only going to build one, but we have already placed everything needed for a second one. So this one is going to take both the limestone and the coal to make cement and a bit of exhaust. So the exhaust is going there, and the cement will go basically straight into this one, right? It's one of the needs. You can build this one too. Now this is making 3 of cement. This is only using 1.5. So this is why we have a second one just next to it. Then what else do we need? Well, we're gonna need sand. That is what's coming over here, right? We're talking about level 1. Sorry, what's happening? Here it is. So at level 1, we have the sand. It's gonna go there. And, you know, we have, of course, also those lifts. So the sand is the first one here. Let me get that. Okay. And then what is the next one? We have sand, we have cement. Then we're gonna need some gravel, right? By the way, sorry, let me just put that off. Good. So we need the gravel. So the gravel is what's happening over here. We're gonna take the rock. The rock is gonna go into crushers that are going to transform into gravel. Then the gravel goes there at level 2. And then, you know, we have another lift to bring it down. Right, so we brought those 3 things. Then somebody just brought, like a truck just brought some water because it was on. That's not great, but anyway. So the water is coming from that other side, right? Where we have a water, a fluid storage, and it's just going there. Now we're talking about 6 and 6, so pipe level 1 is totally fine. The water is coming from over here, by the way. So that's an easy one. So yeah, we have everything there to make concrete slab. Then the concrete slab will go on the, you know, that belt here. And then we'll go into our first level 2 unit storage, right? Usually, where do I have here? These are level 1, right? They store 180. This is 2. This is double, basically. It's you can see the size is even higher. So yeah, with this, we're starting to make concrete. And then basically, as I said, you know, I build this piece here. I can build this one there too, and it will be just doubling. So concrete is finally done. With this, we're gonna get, we're gonna start making our own concrete, which will help, you know, to finish this bridge over here. And also here, right, we need to slowly but surely close this off so we can start getting lower. Talking about getting lower, I have actually, you know, gone a level deeper. We start now one, you know, we used to start over here, now we're starting there. And we get to -3, right? This is the red part over here that you can see. If I were to dig even lower, this is going to fall. This is going to be broken. So we're gonna need a second layer then of these guys, you know, like for example, we need to, take out. So let me take out this terrain designation. And then if I do this, you know, I can have then a second layer over here. This will enable me to then dig even lower. What I may do first is actually go over here. I think we're gonna do that. Because we're gonna need, you know, a ramp. When you don't have a ramp, that doesn't work. But anyway, yes, with concrete, we're gonna be able to do this. Now, we have 2 other problems. So over here, we need to mine more. That's fine, that's easy. This is a bigger problem. As if you look at my first oil field of 50,000, it's almost empty, right? There is only 10,000 left, 20%. So, I mean, 20% still gonna take some time, but it will be a problem in the future. We have to be careful about this. I also feel like my food is actually slowly going down. And, you know, this is because we have now obviously a bigger population. So I built another irrigated farm over here. But first I put tree sampling there. So we have some reserves of tree sampling. I'd love to get this full because we don't have that many trees. I mean, there is still all of this, and a few there, but we have cut a lot, right? So I think we need to get ready. Plus, this has enabled me to actually plant those trees over here. They are for now a bit small, but they will grow, don't worry. They will definitely grow into big trees. This is what this guy has done over here. But going back to my crude oil, right? We're gonna want to tap into this new oil field over here, right? I had started a very basic one in the last episode. I told you this is the smallest you can do in a sense, but this doesn't work really well because it has flares, which creates a lot of pollution. Now I have, been dropping some soil over here to make it flat, so we've been able to build this. And with this, we can now have a real, more efficient one. So this is this one over here. This is not the most compact you can do. You can definitely do a bit more compact. You can see there is a bit of space in some places, but this is well organized. So we're gonna talk about this one, but first, let me show you one thing. Oh, and I see we have finished research actually. Okay, interesting. So let's research. No, wait. Oh, yeah, here I'm missing the wheat seed, right? So we can definitely do this one in the meantime. Good thing is we have also done cheap weapon and cheap armor, so we're gonna want to do this very soon. But before, as I was saying, over here, one thing I wanted to show you is this one is 18, right? So this line is of 3 is 54. So into a pipe like this that transports 60, that's totally fine. And then if I want to merge this line with that line, now we're talking about more than 100, that doesn't work into one small pipe. So this is where you move to pipe level 2, right? And obviously 3 is even more, but 3 still goes into a pipe level 2 because the pipe level 2 is 200. Now a pipe level 2 costs more. We're talking about 2 construction part level 2 instead of 2 construction part level 1. So obviously don't go crazy. I mean, there's no reason to put this one, for example, as a level 2, right? All of these are level 1. There is only this and that is level 2. So we're gonna want, to send this over there. I know it's a bit far, but I just wanted to have good space, because also over here, the reality is I need to start digging there, right? Like there is soil that we want to dig. So that's why I put it a bit further. I think what we will do for now is just put one of these here. All right. Oh, terrain too low, so I need to. Okay, let's do like this. Up, up. Good. So we're just gonna do this where this is going to be sent into the storage, and then we can use it here. So what is happening? I mean, first let me unpause the whole thing. So my trucks are gonna move from stable to very busy for sure, but they're gonna build the whole thing. And in the meantime, this gives me time to explain to you what's happening. So the crude oil is over here at level 0. This is what's going here inside those distillation level 1. Now you may wonder why I put 3. Well, this is because now if I want to expand, I can just copy this, basically put it there, and this is already almost basically connected. So it's easy to upgrade. But yeah, we have the oil at level 0. Let's put some oil there. Oil at level 0 that will go at the bottom. Then this is making with steam something, right? So this is why we are gonna make steam. We have over here the boiler taking water and coal, right? So the water is over here and the coal is over there. They're going to make some steam. So that steam is what's happening at level 1, and basically them dropping here and continuing also there at level 1. So level 1 is all of the steam. Then based on this, we're gonna make medium oil. That's what goes directly into this one. We're going to make heavy oil, and we're going to make sour water. Sour water we can't do anything with, so that's what is at level 2 over here, and going to drop directly into the sea. And that's basically the only pollution of this now. Because what we're gonna do with the heavy oil is we're gonna send it here at level 1 into this pipe. Then we move here where we have our medium oil plus steam. So the steam is coming over here, right? This was level 1, it continues here, and the medium oil comes there, so that's easy. This will make both diesel and light oil. The light oil is going at level 2, and the diesel is on the side there. It's actually at level 0, and I realize I forgot to connect one pipe. Sorry, my bad. Is this one here of the diesel that's coming from these two, right? They also have diesel at level 0, so it goes over here. So come on, pause that one too. So that's why the diesel goes all the way over here, right? Then water, as I said, is over here. It will go into this boiler, but it will also go into those two boilers. This one is going to take care of my heavy oil, right? All of the heavy oil that's coming at level 1 here goes into this one. And then this one is going to do all of the light oil that's coming at level 2, right? So that's going to create some steam, high, and some exhaust. The exhaust goes here, right out, and the steam will go into this pipe here. And then this is the first time we're gonna use over here a pipe balancer. Because we have two inputs, right? We have this one making some steam and those two making some steams too. And the reason I put a pipe balancer is because I want to make sure that this is prioritized. What it means is that if this one pipe is almost full, this is going to prioritize the steam that comes from this pipe and not that one. So what it means in practice is that this boiler of coal will only work when those ones are not working. If those ones are working, then it's fine, they take precedence and this one stops. But if there is not enough for those two to work, then this one will take over. This one is also necessary, by the way, to actually get started with the whole thing. If you don't have this boiler, it's hard to kickstart this whole thing. So yeah, that's basically what's happening. Now, if you were paying close attention, you may have seen there is one problem though. Is that, for example, over here, we're talking about 54, 54, 54. So again, a pipe level 1 doesn't work. So we need to upgrade that pipe here to level 2, at least for those two pipes. This one, to be honest, could stay a level 1. I will put it as level 2 just because it costs barely anything, and this way I'm ready for expansion in the future. We can also check the other things, the sour water, 18 times 3, it is fine, it will be fine in the level 1. Right, then 16 times 3, that's fine, and then 12 times 3, that's fine, 36 times 3, that's not fine, right? So again, the pipe that is doing here on the outside for the diesel need to be upgraded. But yeah, now that we've done this, this is basically a much more efficient diesel factory than the one we had there. So let's also have a station, right? That is a good idea given all of the trucks that are working over here. Then we can basically delete this one now. Good, so they're all going there to bring everything. We can also delete this one. Good. Can use some Unity to take everything out. Now tree has nothing to harvest, and it is, we are getting closer and closer to have no trees left on the map. We have to be careful. We also have no workers, or we're slightly low on workers, but again, this is because now I've created a very efficient diesel production, and we still have an old one over there, right? Like, let's make sure that we finish this one basically before we do anything. We will have also to rebuild a bit more of a rubber factory somewhere, but that's a detail. So all good there. And then I think maybe last but not least, let's look at our ship over here. We can start to upgrade it. We can put some guns in the front. That's going to cost some resources, but we don't really have a choice. Similarly over here, guns and then armor. So let's wait for this to start working, right? Going to deliver, of course. Takes some time to deliver all of those resources. Definitely potatoes and vegetables, we're gonna have to be careful, but I guess when this is empty, we can delete this and put another farm over here. Is this working? I think it is. You can see here, right? There's a lot of this. I'm gonna put off, by the way. I don't know if somebody delivered some diesel over here, but that, oh yeah, I think this one, oh no, this one is delivering crude oil. Then the only thing is, in the future, obviously, we're gonna want to pipe this from here to there. Even if also what will happen pretty soon is probably we'll put a cargo depot here that will just deliver, the oil from the map directly there. Okay, so the first modification of the ship is done. So let's move to now also armor, right? You can see this is a lot of iron. Done. And when this is done, we will be able to start fighting those pirates and discover more things on the map. So that will be quite important. By the way, there is a ship there. We're gonna want to also repair it for sure. This is our next mission. I think though, to be honest, it may be in the next episode. It's good to see that we have more and more concrete coming, right? This is increasing nicely. Love it. So let's start building those ones here to finish finally this bridge. The trees are growing, right? You can see it. Nice. And I realized that I extended a bit the street on one side, but not on the other. It's not very nice of me. So let's do this. Slowly but surely this is also getting empty. We're gonna have to be careful with this. But yeah, good progress, good terraforming also happening there. I like it a lot. And we're probably going to start focusing on this part there. The only thing I'm slightly worried about is how are we going to go down? Can they go down? They probably can go down on this side, right? That's fine. So let's go, let's start. Am I in N here? I want to make sure we're basically, yeah, making a nice and flat. Okay, good. Good. And here it is, the ship has been upgraded with guns in the front, gun in the back, and armor plating. It doesn't look that much different, but in terms of actual efficiency against pirates, it is going to be very different. Doing this, by the way, has also increased one thing, which is the crew. We used to have only 15, now we have 35, which is going to put us in negative. But I think what we're gonna do is just pause this one, and basically we're fine. Not exactly, but almost. And so now we can do our first victory. Yeah, I know. What is the problem? Oh yeah, we have finished to dump there, and they don't really want to dump here for some reason. Okay, let's you can go dump here, and then I think what we're gonna do is continue here. I want to get to the mountain, right? If we get to the mountain, that means we can build our new furnaces with those giant mountain, right? Look, we have the copper here and the iron one, so that it's not like we have finished these ones, but I'm just saying here we will have tons of space, and that can then be linked to those ones over here, and then we can have space for more farms and other things over here. So it is, the ship is going. Go for it, go for it. And let's see the battle in a second. While we're waiting for this, you can see I'm digging over here, right, as much as possible. We have 10 excavators, 20 trucks, right, so it's actually going pretty fast, but there's a lot of soil there to be dug. We have a small problem here, which is that I don't have gravel because I don't have rocks. I need to find a place with rock, basically, which could be those mountains, or could be, if I were to dig there, I would get rocks, then I could replace it with some... Oh, and we're in battle, sorry. Let's check the battle. It is, we're firing, and victory, yes. So we have discovered a damaged cargo ship, that is perfect, and also some resources. So, you know, we can start the repair, but we will do this probably in the next episode. Thank you for watching, smash like button, and I hope to see you next time.